Hi guys, James from DBG here and welcome to this video. As you can see, there's some weird stuff going on in front of you. For those of you who don't know, Bolt Action has a shoot-off game called Conflict 47, which is basically World War II but science fiction. Premise is World War II goes on until about 1943. Germans detonate, test a nuclear bomb, opens a rift into another dimension. They start getting technical help. Allies capture some stuff. They do some stuff. Americans test a bomb in Nevada. The rift opens up. And that's how it happens. And then everybody gets their own stuff. When it comes down to it, when the Soviet Union get their own stuff from the Allies, they break off and start fighting the Allies as well as the Germans. And the Germans give their technology to the Japanese and the Finns. And then there's a weird thing with Italy being split in two, half being pro-Ally, half being pro-German. But yeah, anyway, that's the premise of the game. It's basically Bolt Action with some weird stuff thrown in. So as you can see, we have a Walker in front of you. And then if I pan this way, we have what appears to be an M8 Greyhound. But it's got some sort of strange cannon on it. If we go this way, we've got some rather large, heavily armoured infantry and a rather strange gun. Now, obviously if you know Conflict 47, you know exactly what they are. But if you don't, let me just explain. So first of all, this here is a Tesla anti-tank gun. Basically, it does what Tesla suggests. It fires a beam of high energy that jumps to other things nearby, if it's infantry, or just it delivers a massive punch on an armoured vehicle. And that's commanded by heavily armoured infantry, which have rules which basically give them, if you're familiar with 40k, feel no pain. So then we've got these guys here. These are the American heavy infantry. They're armed with an assault rifle, even though it does look like an LMG, it is an assault rifle. And they have heavily armoured power armour sort of thing. So basically, in the 40k sense, these guys here are the Imperial Guard, and those guys here are Space Marines. If we go over here, this is an M8 Grizzly. It is a armoured Walker. This has the same armour value as a Stuart light tank, but it is armed with a medium anti-tank gun. As you can see, the end of the barrel has actually been drilled, so that's very cool. It has two fists, which are absolutely devastating when it comes to punching tanks. And it's got a 50 cal on top. And over here, this is indeed an M8 Greyhound, but it has a baby. It's got a mini, I think it's an M17 Tesla cannon on it, so it's not as powerful as the other one, but the speed and manoeuvrability of this vehicle does mean it can get into small places and start getting side and rear shots on heavily armoured stuff. There's lots of other stuff with this game, but the core of it is still basic infantry that you'll find from Bolt Action. So at the back there we have the new, I'll get a couple, we have 3 squads of 10 of the new sculpt plastic American infantry. We have a lieutenant here with carbine and pistol. We have his radio operator. This is purely a radio operator. It's his attendant, not a forward observer. And then over here we have the mortar. What's interesting about this mortar is that all the crew, instead of being in the process of firing the mortar, which is pretty much every other one, they're in the process of preparing to fire, which is very unique. But as I said, let's go to the back here. Some of the new plastic sculpts. Here's one of my NCOs, nonchalantly smoking a cigarette with his rifle. This is a BAR man. Slightly out of shot. The only thing I found disappointing with the BAR men is they're all positioned as if advancing. There's none firing, which is quite disappointing. Right, let's have It's an SMG guy. Focus, there we go. As you can see, it's standard. Warlord Games. Plastic. Lots of detail on the faces and the uniforms, as you would expect. So I've got 3 squads of 10 of those. One has 2 BARs and all rifles. One has 1 BAR and 2 SMGs. These are basically fire and manoeuvre guys that support the heavy infantry as they move up, and the rest are base of fire. Well, that's what I'm planning to do. This is a 1,000 point Conflict 47 army, and it will stay Conflict 47. I am not going to buy any other things to make it a World War II compatible game as well. I still, because these guys come from the support, what's it called? A support box here, so I do have a 30 caliber machine gun, a medic and a forward observer that I can add to this. But if I do that, we'll want to add maybe another squad of Rift Tech infantry, just to add a bit more fun to this, make up to 1250 point list. So there you go, guys. These guys are now going to be popped into a box and painted when I next get a gap, which will probably be next year sometime, along with the rest of the stuff I have waiting to be painted, such as the 30k Dark Angels and a few odds and sods of my Space Wolves. So, as usual, guys, please go to the description and look at our affiliates and sponsors. The link for Goblin Gaming in there will send you straight to the shop and also help us out. There's also a link to Patreon, which if you donate as little as $1 a month, we can start getting some new releases and doing some unboxings and stuff like that for you. So, as usual, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.